Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories.
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya. Hey, happy campers. Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener-submitted stories from listeners like you.
Thank you.
Wait, that was cute.
It was cute. How's it going, campers? Thanks for tuning in for another lovely episode here at Camp Shady Birch. I am feeling sticky today.
It's a little muggy.
It's exactly what it is. It's not even heat, it's mug.
Why don't people use the word muggy anymore? Maybe they do. And yeah, but we use it. We're just like, it's humid, it's hot, it's sticky, it's stinky, it's gross. But like muggy, where did that come from?
I don't know, but muggy is synonymous with buggy, and I think the bugs created it.
Oh, probably. The cicadas have been living their best life this year.
I know. I would love to be a cicada for a day.
No, you wouldn't.
Well,
they're scary.
Speaking of cicadas, that makes me think of tropical muggy paradise.
Okay.
Guess what show ended last night for us?
Survivor.
Last night, while we're recording, we're on a Thursday, whatever. Last week, for you campers, if you're listening on time, Survivor ended, and this was the first season that I watched post-applying.
People do listen to this far into the future, so we're talking about season 46, Survivor 46.
Survivor 46, the second season I've ever watched. And I went into this season with some negative attitude because I wasn't being called by casting directors to apply for the show. And this season was incredible. If you don't watch the show, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it was an amazing season.
Mm-hmm.
So many twists and turns. But I want to bring up something that I just saw that I didn't realize.
What?
At the end of every season of Survivor that we've watched, aka
which again has only been two
seasons, they always show a promo of the next season. So they showed the promo for the one that's airing this fall, season 47.
Right.
Do you remember the man in it who was probably like in his 40s and he was like, oh, I was a Boy Scout and I threw up and went home the first night?
Yes.
Did you see who he is?
No.
So he is a comedian.
Okay.
So he worked for Obama as like a writer for like
funny speeches.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
For like speaking. He wasn't writing laws. He was writing more like, I don't know, like puff pieces for him.
Oh, I love that.
And then since then, I think he has a podcast.
Oh.
So I am kind of turning my tune here a little bit because I've been very publicly anti-Survivor ever since I was snubbed by casting. But now I'm seeing kind of like a version of me on.
Yeah.
It's white, and I don't want to say he's gay. So I'm not going to.
Okay.
But I just had someone that was like, I don't know, very like exuberant and someone who clearly wasn't athletic. It appeared to be in the promo. I don't know.
Right.
But a comedian who has a podcast.
He's checking your boxes.
I think I still might have a shot.
I think you might have a shot too. You applied one time.
And my video wasn't good. And people are like, oh, show us the video. And I won't. And I'm not gatekeeping it because I want to like be like, no, I'm upset. No, it wasn't that good. And I feel like that's probably why.
Hey, listen up. You want me on your island now.
That was eerily similar to the video that you never saw. That's
Wait, really?
kind of how it went.
Why did you never even showed me? This really is a mystery to me. It's like you and whoever drag and drops it to the trash bin on their desktop. They're the only people who've seen it.
I thought you said drag and drop, DRAGON. Not drag and drop. I think I meant like dragon.
Oh,
a drag and drop. No, it doesn't matter. But I'm just, after seeing that promo, initially I was like, oh, that could have been me. And then I'm like, wait, that's a win for the community because he's opening doors for people like me.
Yeah. You know what bothers me about some of the shows? And I feel like it's just, things are so different now, especially with reality TV, competition shows, that in that promo, and I don't know this person, I don't know anything about them, so this isn't about them. It's just something like in society that I've picked up on, is everybody wants to be that next person that everybody talks about as like a historic survivor. Like somebody said it on the show. In my opinion, the people who are in those positions aren't going to be like talking about how they want to be in that position. You just like, you either are or you aren't. And you don't like the first few people in Survivor were like, I'm here to leave my legacy as king. Like we saw what happened last year with Jelinski. Like you just do your thing, be yourself, play your good game. And then let the audience decide whether you deserve that crown or not.
Yeah, because when you set it up in a way where you're like, oh, this is who I'm going to be, it's like, well, now I'm never going to give you that title.
It's cringy.
It does have to come from the audience. You can't walk in with what you're looking for your edit to be. You can like subconsciously try for that, but don't say it out loud because then you've just ripped it from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's a really hot take, and that's the correct take in terms of the new age of reality TV. Because back in the day, there were no rules, but now we've been doing this for 20 years. We know what to expect.
Yeah,
so,
even like Love Is Blind and RuPaul. Even like I feel like some of them like are just really open with saying that they want to be like the next big thing, and it's like that's fine. Like I love that you're going for that, but like it just gives me the ick a little bit.
Yeah, to hit icon status in a show, I think you really have to enter at season 3. Like I think I think Traitors season 2 really put Traitors in general in the US specifically on the map. So now I think the third one's going to be even more like everyone's going to watch the third one because season 2 people were like piling on in the middle because it was getting so much press. But now from the jump, 3 is going to be it. I think season 3 of any good reality TV show is like the hardest to get in. And by like 6, it starts to dip. Survivor is a different beast. They're on season 47, but hey, I love it. So I'm really happy how it ended. I love the winner.
Yeah. Oh,
I am happy. No, I don't want to ruin it, but if you look up who won, I'm happy. I'm still waiting to see who Sia gives her money to.
Let's talk about that really quick. So Sia does her
$100,000 every single season. She gives away to her favorite contestant. She splits it up.
I would give it to Tiff.
I think Tiff's gonna get it. I think Maria's gonna get some money, and I think Charlie. I think it's gonna be those 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
I don't think Liz is getting it. She's already a millionaire.
I don't think Liz is a hoot.
Imagine going on a show like that's $1 million, and the entire time being
I'm a millionaire.
I don't need it. It's like, girl, I'm not giving you the $1 million because you don't need it.
Yeah. Okay. One more thing before we move on to our stories, because we do need to get to our stories today, campers. But it's funny you said season 3 is always a good thing because if I'm like watching an old show, I'll just go to season 3 and I'll pick a random episode. It's always season 3.
They found their footing. Like season 1, test ground. Season 2, we're working our ass off. Season 3, we know who we are.
That's so funny. My friend Hillary told me that too when she was like, hey, we should watch it might have been Gilmore Girls where she was like, let's watch a random episode from season 3. I was like, okay. And it really, that's when we were on our flight. I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 3, episode 1, 2, and 4.
So it really goes beyond just reality TV. Any third season of a show,
we found our footing.
Traditionally, there's always some exceptions. Okay, there could be a bad one, but they found their footing.
So we should get into today's stories, no?
We should. My first story is a camper who is dealing with the dreaded discussion of wedding invitations. I love a wedding themed question.
We had a lot of wedding talk. A lot.
I don't mind it.
No, I don't mind it either.
They're always very different.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I've got a revenge story about a camper who was cheated on, then became the ex's manager.
Ooh. I have a story about a camper's wet and dirty frolic through the fields.
And a woman who didn't let her shit pants ruin a first date.
Let's get into it, campers.
Are we qualified to be giving advice? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely.
Welcome back to Dear Counselors, campers. This is the part of our trail mix episode that you can write in questions for us to give you advice on. So it's a community page, it's a community podcast, community camp. So feel free to chime in on your walks, your cars, your treadmills, your morning laundry folding. Just tell us what you think as well.
Also, when we post them on YouTube, we've had people disagree with us, and I kind of like love it. Like, let's all voice our opinion. Like,
yeah,
although we're probably right. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we never said we were the right one, but we were going to give you our honest take, and we're always honest about it.
And that's just what we are.
Yeah. So this one goes, Dear Counselors. Hi. First of all, love you guys so much. Jonathan once responded to one of my comments on his TikTok video, and it's still one of my best achievements.
Let's set the bar a little higher, camper. I love it and I appreciate you.
Anywho, I recently got engaged. Woo!
Congrats.
We have been together for 4 years, and he is my best friend, and I love him so much. He has a little sister, and her best friend is a close friend of his family. I'm not very close with his sister. To preface, she and I are only a couple years apart, and we went to the same high school, but we ran in very different crowds. First, I was wondering if it would be rude of me to not ask her to be a bridesmaid. We are on good terms and are social when we see each other, but we never hang out or even text. She's a really nice person, and I do like her a lot, but can't get a read on her thoughts on me. The main reason I'm nervous is because she is his only sibling and they are extremely close. Talk and call every day close. I haven't asked him directly if it would hurt his feelings, mostly because I don't know how to bring it up to him and essentially tell him I don't want his sister to be a bridesmaid. Moving to the topic of her best friend. It's like a two-parter.
Oh, okay. So the sister's best friend.
Yes.
Got it.
She's also a family friend.
Right.
Moving to the topic of the best friend. They have been friends forever, and the bestie is very close with the family and has always liked my fiance. Ew. However, she bullied both me and my best friend in high school. I don't like her at all. Even now, if I see her at a big event, she will completely ignore me and solely talk to my fiance. I sincerely don't want her at my wedding because I know she doesn't like me, and I don't want a person who has been so negative in my life there. However, she was on the list of the names my fiance has invited. How should I approach both of these situations? Thanks. Love y'all.
No sign off.
No.
Yeah, that was just an abrupt ending all over.
I don't know. Maybe there was, and I didn't copy it correctly.
That's
so
okay.
It's fine. I'm sorry.
Okay, really quick before we get into it, is she being pressured to ask the sister to be a part of the bridal group, or is she just like thinking that that's what's going to be expected?
I think the latter.
Okay.
Do you want to start off? Let's tackle one issue at a time. Let's tackle the sister being in the bridal party. I have thoughts. Do you have thoughts?
I do have thoughts. Why don't you go first?
Why don't you go first?
I feel like that's going to be your sister-in-law. You know, that's family now. That's family now.
Say it again.
And just because you're not close,
doesn't
mean that you can't get close.
We're locked in on this.
Yeah.
We're locked. It's pivotal.
And I feel like it's pivotal for your future. Think about how many things you're going to be at for the rest of your lives. You know, that there's family involved. And I think it's worth putting in the effort to try to become friends with her. Like you said, with her, at least there's no bad blood, which is great. That's ideal already.
They're not super friendly with each other, but I think this could make it friendly.
This could make it friendly, Kimber. And I think it's worth putting in the work. And I think you should try to put in the work, see if it's reciprocated. Yeah, because maybe you would be surprised at how things pan out. And it could just, and then maybe you and her are like BFFs.
Yeah. And you did say that his sister is really close with your fiance, and I think that's a really nice thing that you could do for the family. You never said you had bad blood, and this could be a really great opportunity to get closer to her. And I wrote that down. We had the same with same notes.
Yeah, and it's your wedding. It is, but it is also his wedding too.
It is,
and clearly she's someone really important in his life.
Yeah, and if she's never done you dirty, this could be a great stepping stone to building that relationship with the person that you're going to be at every family event with for the rest of your life. So you don't want to be the one that regretted that. So I think about that one.
And maybe if things are like uncomfortable because you guys aren't that close, really change the focus, because the whole party and everything's going to be about you. Maybe like change the focus onto her. Get to know her a lot more. Be like, so what are you up to these days? Or like, if that's something you should know or you already know, I don't know, just ask her other things that would be, more centered on her. And I feel like that helps ease some tension, Yeah.
And she might even look at it as like a really great like offer, and it might open doors. So I think that, but for the friend.
Okay, let's talk about Susie Q now.
Susie Q now sounds like a bitch.
So the friend.
Yeah. Well, she likes your man. I already hate that.
I hate that.
Also, I don't know. I feel like you're going to rock the boat if you say no. And if you're confident in rocking the boat, that's fine. Live in your truth. At the end of the day, it is your wedding. But if you feel like it's going to cause a rift between your future like sister-in-law and or your brother, or if the family's not going to get it, like, I don't know. I think there is a real power of this bitch being at your wedding. She is so obsessed with you.
And your husband.
She wants to watch you walk down the aisle, a woman that she clearly doesn't like, to a man that she may has a crush on. Like, girl, get over it. You're so obsessed. It's pathetic. Show up, buy a gift, and watch me marry the man that got away from you. Like, just, you own it, bitch. If she has to come, what a loser on her. She's such a hating ass hoe, and she's gonna watch you get married the best day of your life. And guess what she's doing? Eating cheese and crackers at table 45 in the back fucking corner. Put her next to a telephone pole. Put her outside. You could do some digs there, okay? If she has to come. This could be a fun opportunity to get even. I'm just saying that.
And when you walk down the aisle, if she has an aisle seat, let out a little fart. Who knows?
Yeah, that would be really great.
So what I was going to say is, it's your wedding, and Camper, it's annoying that she would have to be there, you know. Also, I don't know how far out of high school you are, but there's going to be so many amazing things on your day for you to focus on. You're not even going to notice she's there.
I just don't want you to rock the boat with your future family.
Yeah, that's what I think. Have her go. Don't say a word to her. Or if you end up seeing her and you want to be the bigger person, say thank you for coming. That's it. That's all you have to do. This is your day. It's about you. So shift your focus on you. She's little. She's a little person.
That was a fun one.
This episode of Camp Counselors is sponsored by MeUndies. There's almost 8 billion people on this planet. Over 8 million of those are in New York City alone. And apparently there's 2 trillion galaxies. So there's got to be aliens out there with their own massive cities. Sometimes the universe can make you feel small. One place I don't want to feel small is in my underwear. Finally, MeUndies is unveiling their latest gift to help men feel big. The contoured pouch and ball caddy. The micromodal sling helps keep things separated and lifted. And I swear, this sophisticated brief technology will make you look like you're smuggling socks. You shouldn't have to trade looks for support. With the ball caddy pouch, you get the whole package. Literally. I've been a longtime customer of MeUndies before getting this sponsorship, and I can honestly tell you they are buttery soft. They're breathable and stretchy, making them ideal for all-day wear, and I'm obsessed. Good things come in big packages at MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/counselors. That's MeUndies.com/COUNSELORS for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in.
This episode of Camp Counselors Podcast is sponsored by Storyworth. There are some stories about my father's life that I truly never get tired of hearing. From hilarious to heartfelt, tear-jerking to plot-twisting, his retelling of the events always brings me joy. Just in time for Father's Day, I found the perfect gift that captures all of his stories from my family forever. Storyworth helps you preserve precious memories and stories from your father for years to come. Here's how it works, campers. Each week, Storyworth emails your loved ones a thought-provoking question that you get to help customize. Dear Papa, what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? Father, who has been one of the most important people in your life? Please say me. Storyworth makes the writing process super simple. Thank God, my dad is not a good writer. All your loved ones need to do is respond to the email with a story. Long or short, it doesn't matter. You'll be emailed a copy of your loved one's responses as they're submitted over the course of the year. At the end of the year, Storyworth compiles your loved ones and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. Give all the fathers in your life a unique, heartfelt gift you'll cherish for years. Storyworth. Right now, save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/counselors. That's storyworth.com/COUNSELORS to save $10 on your first purchase. This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe.
Welcome back to Confession Canoe. This is the part where we talk about confessions. If you have a confession, you want to get it off your chest, get it off your desk, you can send it into us at camcounselorspod@gmail.com or camcounselorspodcast.com. We'll keep you anonymous. If you guys are writing stories about people, a lot of people have been really good about this, but just change the names, please. Okay, so here we go. A confession. It's confession time, baby. Hi, counselors. First off, I want to say I'm a newer listener and I can't express how much joy and laughter you two bring into my life. Hi, welcome to Can't Change Words.
Thank you so much.
I feel like I'm giggling with my 2 best friends all day. Pure love. Love that. Anywho, this is my story of revenge. Second semester of my freshman year of college, I started dating this boy and I was head over heels. He was my first real boyfriend and I was so in love. This boy, we'll call him DB, short for douchebag, was on a sports team. All the guys on the team became my friends, and I was also friends with 2 of the girls who were managers on the team. I wanted to be manager because it looked so fun. I would get to hang out with all my friends, plus you get all the athlete privileges, like note takers, extra test time, and got to travel with them. You guys are not going to believe this, I was an athletic trainer for a really short bit of time in high school. Would you believe that?
No, I know that about you, and every time you bring it up, I think you're lying.
No, I'm not. Ask John Anthony.
I know you're not.
He was like a manager, but yeah, I had to learn how to do the raps and everything.
Didn't you crash the golf cart?
No, that was.
You were involved.
No, I wasn't. John Anthony was he was the one who was telling us. I wasn't there. I was friends with her. She was the one who got me as an athletic trainer. And I was just like, I want to hang out. And she's like, yeah, here are the perks. I'm like, Let's do it. I had to fill up the drinking fountain for the football team. They would drink out of the hose. I don't know if I was supposed to fill it up there, but that's where I would fill it up.
Oh, you gave them hose water?
Yeah, and sometimes I would open it and there's like grass in there. And I'm like, guys, who filled this up last? I didn't rinse it out though. Anyway, not my problem. So back to the story. So fun, right? Well, DB said no because we were dating and it would be weird. Whatever, I get it. So she's dating this guy. She wants to be manager. And he's like, no, it's weird because this is like guy time and, you know, okay, whatever.
Well, there needs to be some separation, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, of church and state. I get it. Fast forward to that summer. We say our farewells. I go back home and he spends the summer at his beach house. Things were great between us. We talked every day on the phone and texted constantly. Then the texts and calls became less frequent. He would miss our scheduled phone dates. It got to the point where I basically couldn't get a hold of him and we would go days without talking. I was so confused, hurt, and scared. WTF was going on? Then the time comes to go back to school and I fly there with my parents so they can help move me in. So yeah, they're states away in this situation. We stayed in a hotel for a few nights and he told me he wasn't going to be there for a few days after, but called me on the phone and broke up with me. So he's going this whole summer, kind of leaving her hanging. She's about to go back to school and he's like breaking up with her that day. No explanation, no nothing. We were just done. I was absolutely beside myself. Like, seriously, what the fuck is going on? We had been truly happy before the summer. Yeah, I mean, the summer comes, the summer goes, and so do the bros and hoes. Side note, turns out he was actually in town. I found this out through acquaintances and went nuclear. I went to a friend's house, ripped a ton of shots. It's not going in a good direction. Somehow found him at another friend's house nearby, had a full-blown meltdown in front of him. Oh no, girl, you were hurt.
Yeah.
I was begging, screaming for an explanation and asking to stay together. I'll admit it. I was acting unhinged. He was basically like, nah, and left. That sucks. So you're just so hurt. The least you can do is get an explanation, you know?
We've all gone through a breakup where we've all had a moment of just crazy. And it's, if you haven't, you just haven't had it yet. And that's what it is.
And I pray for the day. Pray for the day that doesn't happen. I'm sorry. That sounded really weird.
You pray for the day.
No.
And I can't wait for a camper. And I can't wait to see you flip out.
I hope you're going to get through it. Okay. Okay. So back to the story. I went back to my parents' hotel room and spent the entire night in the bathroom puking. In the morning, my dear mom asked if I had spent the night in the bathroom because I was upset DB broke up with me. Yeah, mom, it was that, not the 17 shots I took. Honestly, it was a mix of both. Okay. Now here's the kicker. Soon after this, I found out he had been cheating on me the entire summer with multiple girls, but primarily one side piece. I was fucking pissed. But don't worry, I had the perfect plan to get back at him. My first act of revenge was actually an accident. He had a mentor on the team who was actually a really hot senior, and I got drunk and hooked up with him. Oops. To this day, I'm not sure if he knows about it, but I actually hope he does. Then there's my brilliant idea. I'm going to become manager on his team. You cheated on me and broke my heart. I'm going to make sure you see my face every single day, laughing and having a grand old time with your friends and your coaches. I mentioned this to someone who was on the team, and they told the coach who I had met before. The coach actually reached out to me and asked me to be manager. I had a feeling the coach didn't really like DB because that was kind of diabolical on his part, knowing that we broke up. That really is. So then I become manager. What an accomplishment. She just wears her like crown and sash around the field. I was at every single practice, traveling with the team to every single competition. I absolutely relished this. Trust me when I say I was not uncomfortable in the slightest.
Good for her. Yes. She's like, I don't care. I'm clocked in.
When he was competing, I would always be making sure to be the manager in charge of that area. One time, an assistant coach came up to me and said DB asked me to move, but the coach didn't care and said I could stay. Yeah, players don't get a choice in that. I'm sorry. There's a hierarchy here, and bitch, you're above it. Again, I don't think he was really liked on that team. Needless to say, his performance started slipping. Then the inevitable happened. He got cut from the team. Sorry, douchebag. I do want to mention that he was going to get cut regardless. Very few of the guys. Yeah, this wasn't your fault that he sucked.
No, we're on your side completely, Camper.
Very few guys made it to senior year, and he really wasn't that good. However, I definitely helped expedite the process. A few weeks after he got cut, he reached out to me with a sob. This is crazy. So he's cut from the team, right? And she's still doing the damn thing. He reaches out with a sob story about his grandfather having a heart attack.
Who cares?
So I went to see him and comfort him. I really am a nice person, I promise, and genuinely felt bad for him.
Okay,
no,
so
she does
care. She cares. Never mind.
Yeah,
sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
Then he started begging to get back after, which was crazy to me because I basically just got you cut from the team. Did you get him cut or did you not? Let's circle back on that.
She's like, well, I expedited it.
Yeah, I expedited the process. It's like a Band-Aid. Just rip it off. Also, hard pass on getting back together with someone who cheated on me all summer. Yes, now she's got the power in her hands. The whole situation, though, felt really off to me. When I got there, he didn't even mention his grandpa and immediately started talking about getting together again. So I reached out to his brother on Facebook and said, I'm so sorry to hear about your grandfather and hoped he was doing well. The brother responded, was extremely confused, and said, Grandpa did not have a heart attack. He's just fine. So, douchebag just fabricated this lie to try to get me in his room to talk to me about getting back together. Still didn't fully understand the situation, but LOL, that's not going to work, boy. I realize this may sound psychotic, but this is truly something that I've looked back on fondly, and I'm proud of myself for what I did.
You should be.
I don't give a fuck if anyone thinks differently. Break my heart. Pay the price. Thanks for listening and love you to the moon and back. Sincerely, don't fuck with me in cabin 3. That was a good story. That was rich in nutrients.
Rich in nutrients, rich in twists and turns, and rich in girl power.
Yes.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire. Things are taking a spooky or embarrassing turn here at Scary Stories, and I think we both have one this episode.
Yes, we do.
Can I go first?
Please do.
Okay. Oh my God. Hi. If you're reading this, give me a second to go fangirl, cry, happy tears in the corner. Okay, I'm back. I love you both so much, Zachariah. I've been watching your videos since COVID days and have followed you along throughout your impressive but well-deserved and earned career journey. Thank you. Jonathan, what's up? Philly Peep. P.S. You worked with my best friend's big sister at H&M.
Oh my God.
I wish I could say I came across your clever Zillow reviews spontaneously. However, I found you through Zachariah, so give me a little high five real fast for me. I absolutely love you and all that you've become while following your heart.
Oh, that was so sweet. No, I don't care. I'm not mad about it. I wonder who the sister is. I'll have to find out.
I know. Wait, anywho, let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
I'm going to set the scene. It's 2014, and my bestie and I'll call her Gabriella. Why did you pick that name? It's so funny. Are in our junior year. I text Gabriella and ask her if she wants a ride home from school today in my very cool 1998 white Honda Civic with a black hood that had the words, "Shut up, bitch," keyed into it. A story for another time. And she said, of course.
I want to know that story.
Yeah, what's that story?
Come on, right back in.
The bell rings and we cool girls strut out of school and blast the Take Care album by Drake while we speed out of there. Oh my God, such good vibes. We're jamming out on the way to Gabriella's house when I look out and see a big farm. Not only that, but the farm had all these big sprinklers turned on to water all the plants. A little backstory. Gabriella and I are huge movie, TV, book lovers. We love to do anything that makes us feel like we're in a movie, which makes for a lot of fun memories.
That's the way you should live. Like, why not? Who cares if it's corny? Like, be the main character.
It does, like, living like that does give you better memories, for sure.
Yeah.
I look at Gabriella and say, hey, did you ever think about running through one of those before? She says, yeah, totally. And at that moment, we make a non-reversible decision to be super cute, silly, on a whim girls and pull the car over to a halt on the side of the road. We then jump out of the car, blasting music, and run together into the field of sprinklers. We're running and realizing our feet are sinking into what we thought was mud, but we're having too much fun being spontaneous together.
The mud, I'm soaked.
We then hear a big truck honking at us like crazy, and we chalk it up to that they're just jealous they aren't as carefree as us.
Oh my God, no, I would literally like take my top off and be like, honk for me.
Okay. But then when the adrenaline starts to wear down a little, we get a whiff of stank. We look down, up, around, and in disbelief, We are standing in Manure. Yep, shit. We are standing and running through shit. Gabrielle and I are looking at each other in pure terror and run our stinky hearts back to the car as fast as we can. We hurry and delete the very regretful video we just took of us running through poop. Oh, the money I'd pay to recover that video.
No. Oh my God. Apple iCloud.
And the only thing we can think of is to drive back to my house and run into the shower. We speed off, windows down in shock, through the country roads and skirt into the driveway. We fling the door open and my mom looks at us dead in the eyes and says, "What the hell is that smell?" We tell her we just stepped and ran through cow poop. She starts laughing and gagging while we're trying to tell her the story when she stops us and says, "Wait, the giant sprinklers on blank road?" We say yes, and she proceeds to tell us that the water sprinklers are not water. Oh, no.
Oh God, what are
They're
they?
manure irrigation system that we're spraying down on us manure.
It was like water and shit.
Yeah, it was like a system. So they were getting sprayed with water shit.
So it wasn't just that they were running through it. They were taking a shit shower.
We were practically took a shower in cow poop. Covered head to toe stood two horrified teenage girls. We screamed in horror and we ran up and showered. I think we both took the longest showers of our lives that day, which is extremely long considering we were teenagers. To this day, my mom loves to tell this story about us to get a good laugh, and we love those moments, but alas, it's too good of a story to keep to ourselves. So here's our official warning that before you decide to be a silly, crazy, fun, spontaneous type of person, take a minute to make sure you're not going to end up covered in shit. Sign the not so hot and very stinky campers who were demoted to the pig pen cabin. Do we have a pig pen cabin now?
We do now.
Stinky girls.
Oh, that's funny because you thought in your head you were going to be a part of like, I don't know, American Beauty or something running in slow-mo. But in actuality, it was like, you know, like not another teen movie.
Yeah, I've definitely seen sprinklers and thought like I want to run through that for that. I am that kind of person, camper. I get it. But the poop water is crazy behavior.
I know, that's really nasty.
Pink eye.
And the cars gotta stink. I'm assuming you didn't have a towel, so you're just like soaking wet in shit that's now baking in your car. And hey, that was 2014. Happy 10-year anniversary for that.
I want to hear more about that 98 Honda Civic. I really do.
Yeah, right.
Shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch.
They say money can't buy love, but it turns out you just have to wait till the end for the check to come. We trade uncomfortable truths for comfortable lies, imaginary solutions to real problems. I'm James Sexton, host of Unlikely Sources. You may know me from my books or my many interviews, such as Soft White Underbelly, Lex Friedman, or one of the many other places I've shared my perspective on love, life, and the law. I know a divorce lawyer isn't the first person you think of for advice on how to keep your relationship strong, but wisdom is found in unexpected, counterintuitive places. In sickness, we see the value of health. The Godfather, he can teach you more about business than an MBA. Fight Club, it's actually about religion. The most valuable practical wisdom comes from unlikely sources, and it's time we sit up and pay attention to what they can teach us. So if you're looking for compelling conversation, blunt talk about culture, religion, romance, and how to navigate life in the machine of modern society, I'll look forward to spending some time with you. I'm Jim Sexton. Unlikely Sources will be available May 28th.
Okay, so here is my scary story. Wow, this is just really starts up here. Don't let shit in your pants ruin your date. That's an order. While finishing up my last year of college, I bartended in the ritzier part of my college town. One of my regulars was a very handsome and muscular attorney who repeatedly asked me out. Let's call him John.
John.
I had mixed work and romance in the past, and it had never ended well. So I politely declined for many months while we flirted over the bar. One day, John comes in and says, "Listen, I will plan the most amazing date of your life without you having to lift a finger. Just say yes." And I did. John tells me to meet him in the downtown square Saturday at 6. This is where things took a turn, counselors. Buckle in. Saturday morning rolls around and I'm hungover, sick to my stomach. Who's shocked? Too many gin and tonics. I'm no stranger to the puke and rally. I really can't do that. I'm not a puke and rally girl. If I'm out, I'm out. And I'm okay with that. Are you a puke and rally girl?
No, I never puke. And I wish I was, because those people, they really power through. But I usually just go to bed.
Yeah, I think that's just like, you just got to call it sometimes. I pop a few ibuprofens and Peptos and get ready for the night. In true 2017 fashion, I put on the tightest skinny jeans I own with a skin-tight thigh-high boot. This is important. I park on the square, let John know, and he responds, "Stay where you are. I'll come and get you." Suddenly, Satan himself comes barreling out of my stomach and down, down, down. Gas. I need to let this out while I'm still alone. I trust it. I push it. Lord have mercy. It was not gas. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. I panic. I immediately search for napkins to no avail. I'm driving my dad's car, a story for a different day. I look in the back and see my only hope, a beach blanket. Okay, that's better than nothing, camper. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, thank God there was a blanket.
I frantically and unfortunately shove the blanket down my ass to clean up as much as I can while passerbys stare. Now that I have, remember, she's in like the ritzy part of town too. Now that I have fully shit myself.
They're calling the cops on her. Girl in car shitting.
What do I do? Just leave here after I told him I'm waiting on him? Do I do a quick phone mirror check?
Yes.
Yeah, to see if my pants, if anything was visible. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing. Prop that thing up on the steering wheel and bend over.
Yeah.
We got to check.
I come up with a plan. I'll excuse myself to the restroom as soon as we get to the restaurant. I'll take off my undies and never think about this again.
What if it smells?
I don't know. It's a good question. If it takes me a while, I'll say there was a line. Phew, that works. John turns the corner. I quickly use hand sanitizer on both pants and hands, and I hop out of the car. We start walking away from the restaurants. He walks me up to a door and says, "Welcome to my home. I'm cooking you dinner." Fuck. His penthouse apartment was intimate. I immediately excuse myself to the teeny tiny restroom attached to the kitchen, playing it off like I drank too much water before I drove. I peel off my thigh. She has to get everything off too. Remember, she's wearing super skinny jeans and the boots, the thigh-high boots that are like skin tight. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. I peel off my thigh-high boots one by one, already sweating profusely from the effort. Next, the skinny jeans. Minutes have already passed and he can hear my every movement.
No. Like, just open up the scallops and start pan frying. Okay, get busy. I'm busy.
Play music out there, please.
Yeah,
like,
that's just rude.
Hey, you like jazz? How about you put on Star 105.5? It's got the greatest hits of the 80s, 90s, and today. Anything but silence. Okay, back to the story. When I finally get my panties off, where the fuck am I going to put these? Not in his trash can.
No.
I think fast. I wrap them up in toilet paper and head for my Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, what you have to. What else are you going to do, girl? You have to do it that way.
Oh, fuck.
Don't flush it, because then if it clogs.
Oh, not trying to put them in my LV. Think, camper, think. My bomber jacket has a hidden pocket inside. Perfect. I'll put them inside the pocket, wrap up the jacket into a ball. Layer by layer, I redress myself. I dab sweat off my forehead, and I emerge from the bathroom 5 minutes later.
How's it going?
Like in a whole new outfit. John moves forward with entering the bathroom to look for something. How weird. What are you going in the bathroom for after I was just in there for so long?
He probably thought she stole something. He's like, girl, why were you in my bathroom for that long? Maybe he had something like important in there.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have take me out for dinner on our first date.
Well, typically people don't shit themselves in this situation. Like, this isn't normal.
Well,
like,
our campers aren't typical people.
I love that. They're not. They're definitely not.
And we love you for it. Okay, John moves forward, enters looking for something, but he was definitely... What? Oh, okay. Sorry, she has an explanation. He was definitely smelling to see if I...
What?
I thought she said bump. But she said dump. He was sniffing around to see if I had taken a dump. Joke's on you, John. I took a shit in the car.
Period.
John lets me know he's prepared a steak dinner, bought my favorite wine, and then he noticed I drank... he noticed I drank at the bar. That's nice.
That's cute.
And also had taken note of my music over the last 6 months and made a custom playlist for the evening. Oh, he's nice. Wow. Afterwards, we're going to go on a walk around town and go get a drink. Wow. Honestly, there is no way in hell I'm eating a bite of this dinner and risking another volcanic eruption from my ass. So what do, counselors? I drink as much wine as possible before dinner was ready, and I pushed that food around to make it look like I had eaten. You know what? You just like, he didn't know. He was being really kind, you know? And he didn't know that your stomach was under duress.
It's true.
I got belligerent and walked around with a little shit in my pants and had a wonderful evening. I threw away the bomber jacket as soon as I got home. John asked me out again. I declined. What can I say? I just wasn't feeling it. Oh, you know what? It didn't work out. But I'm so glad you had a good time, whether you had shit in your pants or not.
She didn't have a good time.
She did. She said she wasn't feeling him, but she like had a wonderful evening around town with a little turd in her pants.
Yeah, hey, she's silver lining, I guess.
Lesson learned here. If skinny jeans ever come back, carry a pocket knife with you in case you need to ditch your pantaloons in a hurry. Sincerely, showering off in the IBS cabin. Wow, what a tale. What a tale.
That's hysterical. I love that.
Well, campers, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us on this pleasant Monday. Unless you're listening at any other day of the week, thank you for just tuning in whenever you're listening to this.
Yeah, we love you so much. Thanks for being a part of the community, a part of the camp, and a part of our hearts. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you next week. We'll see you forever. And with that being said, lights out, campers.